Okay, time for the final video. We'll start out with the spare parts. I mentioned some of the bolts that came with it for that cover you would have from your old cover on the front of the loader arms. I have 2 extra hydraulic hoses. I looked at the numbers here. They don't match anything in the instructions. You know it's a good day when the job's done, you have extra parts. They do seem to be identical, although a different part number, to the hoses that go from the tilt bucket on the right arm to the hard lines. So go figure, it works fine. Maybe I'll use them for something else. On the electrical, this piece of white plastic was covering the connectors on the diverter valve. You'll need to pull that off. And then you connect the harness right there. You hook that in and put the screw in to hold it. All right, and I ran the line up here. Put a wire tie on that hydraulic line. Another wire tie here where the bracket is that holds the hard lines in place. Another wire tie right here on the bottom hydraulic line. I'd have liked to have been able to run it with the hydraulic lines, but it's not long enough. It comes down and plugs into the harness right there. As far as the tractor harness goes, connects to the battery, red to positive, black to negative, pretty straightforward. The relay, I actually got another M6 nut and attached the relay to the post on the battery hold down, so that's not flopping around. The wire comes around here, and you're not going to be able to see it back in there, but there's a foam insert under the radiator that they're passing wires through. It passes through there, comes up here underneath the oil dipstick. I wire tied it to the tractor harness there, and it comes up to where it plugs in. As far as the joystick wires go, I brought them down. They run with some cables back in the back and are fished through, back in there and come up, and they're plugged in right where my fingers are. There was actually too much length to that. There's a loop of that tucked in here. There's no way you're going to see it in the black. So, tell you what, it's been a long day. I think it's done. I need to track down a grapple of some sort. If anybody has tried an add a grapple, has opinions, plus or minus, I'd appreciate hearing about it. And for my next job, my wife came home a little while ago and said, my car is smoking. Would you like to look at it? Well, yeah, I would. And it turns out her car was on fire. So I guess I have a task for tomorrow. Anyhow, my summary on this. It's not super difficult job, but it's not a beginner job either, so take that into consideration if you're thinking about doing one and trying to decide whether to have it done or not. I don't know what they charge. Up at my store, they told me the mechanic was real backed up and kind of acted like they couldn't even give me a guess when they might get to it. And I don't have any way to get the tractor there, and I do these kind of jobs myself, but I've got, with making the video, 4 or 5 hours in this. I could do it again in 2 hours, so kind of let that be your guide as to whether you want to tackle the job yourself or have it done. One other thing I want to add, on all these kind of connections, you want to make sure that you hold the backside so you don't twist the tubes. There's these kind of connectors all over. You need to hold this one when you're tightening it. So anyhow, thank you for watching. I hope it's of value to you. Have a good one.